hopes to one day join the ranks of George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. He is starting with a short film.
And he's here right now, Jacob Crumbley from Sacramento, here to talk about the film. Good to see you.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. Who was filling me in a little on your background? I'm not surprised to hear you were a model.
I know.
Yeah,
You're very nice looking young man.
3 years in. So now I'm putting it kind of in the background and focusing on filmmaking.
How did you make that transition? Is it something you always knew you wanted to do?
Yeah,
or?
actually, you know the drive-ins out here on Bradshaw? When I was a kid, until I was about 8, my dad managed them. So I grew up, you know, around the drive-ins, watching movies, helping him put up the projectors and everything else. So that's kind of what inspired me wanting to do film. And I never really knew how to get into it, and the opportunity for modeling came up. So I was like, you know, that's probably a really good way to make connections. And you know, I don't really have any connections in LA, and it was like that might be the perfect door. So.
You've kind of been a go-getter since you were young, it sounds like. Your mom's the one that sent this email. You, at 16, you moved to New York because you wanted to try modeling?
That's correct, yeah. I actually graduated out of McClatchy like a week into sophomore year, packed up and went and signed with major models in New York and did Fashion Week out there. Came back, saved up money, went back to New York a couple times, went to LA, lived there for a year and a half now. So I like to be on the go. I get bored in one place.
And it sounds like you've got, let's see, you're going to be shooting in Reno, right? Tell us the name of the movie and what it's about.
It's called Look Twice. It's a short film that we're trying to use to promote social awareness about kids that are stuck in toxic environments where their parents aren't necessarily there. It's an unloving environment where they might not have all the supervision that they need, and where they fall into environments like with gang activity where they can't control what's going on around them. So it can be called borderline bullying, or you can call it extortion, or you can call it forcing kids into gang activity. But in the end, Diego and I, my partner, we actually met this kid when we were modeling last year in New York in Washington Heights. We were living, you know, not a very good neighborhood. We were living in a project building, funny enough, and we met this 12-year-old kid that his story just blew us away. He was just talking about, you know, the things that he's seen on the street, the people that he's met, and it's like, these kids are 12 years old. We just have no idea what kids are going through when we're growing up here, you know, and behind a white picket fence. So,
Now, will this young kid that you are talking about, will he play a role in the film?
Yes. No. It's based on a true story, but the kid we met was in New York. We don't have the money, obviously, to shoot in New York. We're shooting in Reno because it's really cool to involve the local community and everything else. We have a 15-year-old kid named Jared Forbes, excellent actor that's going to be playing the role of Chris. On the Indiegogo page, there's a picture of him. He's a really cool kid, really great actor. He's been working really hard on the role, and he looks 12 and he's 15, so it works perfect. He's really mature because it does have some mature themes in the film, and it's awesome that he can handle those.
And you mentioned Indiegogo. That's we're hearing about all the Kickstarter things. This is very similar, right?
Yeah, Indiegogo is actually another platform for crowdfunding. It's a really awesome platform because if you don't necessarily raise all the money that you're trying to get, you can still keep the funds to put it towards the project, do whatever it is you're trying to do. And our project is actually tax deductible. It's a nonprofit. It's registered through From the Heart Productions, which is a production company that helps indie filmmakers with not a whole lot of connections or money get started and get the connections to get their film made. So they're really cool. So it makes all donations and contributions to the film tax deductible, and then we use all that money to make the film and shoot it and enjoy it.
Fantastic. Well, real quick, let's just introduce your entourage here.
We are the entourage.
There they are.
Yeah, Luke, our associate producer, and Diego, our art director and
they're also
co-producer.
local.
Yeah, Luke is from Sacramento. Diego's actually from Spain.
Oh, very cool.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. I've no doubt you have a very bright future. You guys, I wish you all the best and success in this movie.
You can always fall back on that modeling.
Right?
Yeah, worst case scenario.
I'm sure the short film's going to do great. Thanks so much for coming in and telling us about it.
Good luck.